The House of Representatives has approved an extension period for the capital component of the 2024 appropriation in line with President Tinubu's request. The lower chamber also restated its commitment to ensuring correctional centers across the country meet the basic international standard. They were part of the resolutions of the House before it adjourned for the Easter and Sallah breaks. The report.
President Bola Tinubu has written to the House of Representatives seeking approval and extension of the period for the implementation of the capital component of the 2023 appropriation bill from March 31st, 2024 to June 30th, 2024. The House Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, who read the President's letter at the commencement of the day's plenary, said the President also asked the House to extend the implementation of the Supplementary Appropriation Act from March 31st, 2024 to June 30th, 2024. He said the extension became necessary to ensure that the provisions of the two acts were fully implemented. The Nigerian Army has blamed congestion, absence of CCTV cameras and other essential facilities as largely responsible for the Kuje jailbreak of July 5th, 2022. The Army stated these at a probe instituted by the House of Representatives Joint Committees on Reformatory Institutions, Justice, Police Affairs, Interior and Human Rights in Abuja on Wednesday. The committee is investigating the whereabouts of inmates who escaped from Kuje Correction Center and the issues of congestion experienced in mostly all the correctional services across the country. The Assistant Director, Commercial Law, Directorate of Legal Service of the Nigerian Army, Major Peter Egbunya, who made the assertion, said the Army is still investigating officers who were on duty during the day of the incident. He, however, said the incident took place during rotation of troops, adding that the Nigerian Army was not the only force on ground on that fateful day.
We also observed issues of low fencing and the CCTV camera absence within the general area. These are some of the things that we observe, and we are unable to, these things we are unable to be put in place before the incident, and I want to believe that these things would have assisted the guards to know what is happening, possibly to see how these things can be assisted.
On how to improve the conditions of the 260 correctional centers across the country and forestall future attacks, stakeholders took time to suggest ways that will aid the joint committees in their final recommendation to the House.
Federal Ministry of Justice greatly supported the efforts to decentralize the correctional service to allow states establish and manage their own correctional centers. This was achieved through the alteration of the Constitution that moved the correctional service prisons from exclusive list to concurrent list. This is expected to fast-track the decongestion of the correctional centers nationwide when properly implemented.
We have, just last year, over 14,000 that have been processed through non-custodial measures. But without funding, it can't help us. My final comment is this. There are three major categories of people who we find in custody. And it's important that we remember it each time we think about these issues. One, those who are innocent, they have no business being there. We must do everything to make them go out. Secondly, the minor offenders. Those minor offenders, we need to find very practical ways, including non-custodial, to deal with them. Thirdly, those who are hardened criminals. And each of these categories, even if it's 1 day or 1 hour you spend in custody, you will have problem because of socialization into criminal life. And we know it is not only correctional service that have detention facilities.
The chairman of the Joint Committee, Chinedu Oga, who emphasized the importance of correctional services to Nigeria's security, stated that the committee will do everything to ensure that it meets global best standards.
There is no any sign to show that the military men are on duty from our own constitutional mandate on our oversight when we get to that place. Because we saw where the military people stationed their vehicle, where the police station their vehicle, and civil defense. And there is no any act of exchanging of bullets or anything. They just went straight and break the Kuje prison, and those inmates escaped. We know what the military can do.
Institutions invited were the Nigeria Police, the Nigerian Army, Ministry of Justice, Interior Ministry, and Human Rights Commission, amongst others.